Welcome to Jakarta, a huge metropolis in Indonesia. Currently, this city took over Tokyo with the huge metropolitan population in the world with over 42 million people living out here. As me, being a huge fan of mega cities, I've always wanted to come to Jakarta, and the time has finally arrived. I've been very impressed with this beautiful city, the contrast of the old architecture, the modern architecture, the huge skyscrapers happening around, a lot of developments going on. I'm gonna be in the city for a few days and I wanna see what the city has to offer me. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video while I explore the beautiful city of Jakarta, Indonesia. What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm in a new city, new country. I'm in a place that I've been wanting to come for a long time, which is Jakarta, Indonesia. And this city, metropolis, literally took over Japan as the most populous metropolitan area in the world with over 42 million people. It's just like the metropolitan area. I think the city center itself is like about 11 or 12 million people. So I just got here not much ago from the airport, and I'm gonna be strolling around. I'm gonna be here for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna make it towards Bandung, another district out here. So yeah, I'm just gonna be taking it in just in case if you guys be like, hey, you should go here. But I have an idea. I'm gonna walk this regular street, and then I'm gonna make it towards the main avenue. I think it's called Sudirman. I don't know if it's pronounced correct. And they got like a lot of high-rise buildings, modern malls, you know, huge skyscrapers, a lot of cool things happening over there. So without further ado, join me. Oh, friendly kids. They're just like in Manila in the Philippines, friendly people. Also, the weather out here is pretty unpredictable, so I got my umbrella. The rain comes and goes pretty quickly, but I think this is a nice area that I'm staying. Now here, I really like how nice and well paved the sidewalks are. And then, yeah, you see, this area is called Wahid Hasim. Not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but this is the area where my accommodation is. And I pay only 31 bucks a night for the hotel. And it's actually pretty decent, you know, a good location, not too far from the MRT line. And yeah, pretty centric area. So, but like I said, I'm just taking it in and strolling around here to see what can I find. It's my first time in a city in a country that is in the southern hemisphere. And this is just like a regular street, you know. Jakarta is literally full of surprises. Like every single street that you walk, it's worth it. Like they got main avenues where there's a lot of action. Then you detour in little regular streets like this. Look at the bus, how they look like. They got some pretty decent infrastructure over here. The thing is that Jakarta doesn't really get like a good reputation. You know, a lot of people really make it seem like it's bad and stuff. And I actually heard that it's actually one of the fastest sinking cities in the world, but I'm pretty sure there's much more here than that. And this is like a regular street out here, small and tiny. So like I said, I'm just literally taking it in to see what's going on. But I'm loving the vibes, action over here. I heard the traffic jam over here is insane too, but I had a perfect time because when I came from the airport, it was smooth. It took me like about 30 minutes out here. But you can see what's going on. Delivery drivers, they got like two, the Grab app and Gojek. Those are like one of the two main rideshare apps and cars and deliveries in terms of food. I like these buildings over here. They look actually pretty nice. But this is nothing, just like a little regular street. Soon I'm gonna make it towards one of the main attractions. Then the thing about Jakarta, this is like a lot of central business districts spread out. So it's a massive urban city out here. They also got the older part. I'm probably gonna make that tomorrow, Kota Tua. And the train station, they got pretty good MRT lines, so I'm gonna take that maybe tomorrow, trying to figure it out. But I'm just taking it in and studying the area a little bit. And I'm probably gonna come back out later tonight and film how it turns. Oh, they got some restaurants out here. How it turns out in the nighttime. But I love the streets, how they're covered with trees. It's actually beautiful. This is what's going on. It's a hotel. I might detour in this little street. It looks pretty interesting. I'm just gonna study my Google Maps to see what's going on. I'm walking in a little street and the rain is about to come down, so time to open up the umbrella. Look at this street. It's like you literally enter another world. Once you enter the busy street, look, the rain's coming down heavy, but I don't think it's gonna last that much. But good thing I got an umbrella, so pretty weird, strange way to vlog. And they got restaurants here, ayam, goreng. I heard the food in Indonesia is pretty good. Little like food stalls out here. Oh, it looks good, the food. And I'm gonna detour in this regular street. I can see the high-rise buildings in the back. Yeah, it looks dope. Actually, let me detour over this side. I wanna see what's out here. And then I'll turn back. I'm just taking it in with the vibes and everything. But yeah, this is awesome. I think this is where the magic happens in little streets like this. Look at this car. It's actually a young kid on top of that right there. On top of this van, I'll show you guys, look. See that man? Wow. It's pouring rain, he's still smiling, working on top of that. That's cool. Yo, this rain is coming down heavy. Thank God I brought my umbrella, I guess. Apparently, I think now in January is actually the rainy season in Jakarta or in Indonesia. Probably one of the heaviest seasons of rain, so. But I'm here, that's not gonna stop me from going out and blogging, so. But the rain is gonna be a different type of video. Me blogging with an umbrella in the rain and everything, so yeah, let's do it. And over here you got more. Let me just cross the street over this side. If I go a little forward, it will take me back towards the main street where my accommodation is. But you guys know me, you guys know I love making detours in little alleys like this. Wow, I like the design of the ceiling. And then look, they're popping up a tall skyscraper. Like they're literally building skyscrapers all over Jakarta. So it's like a city of contrast. They got the modern, massive skyscraper with luxury malls, and then they got little tiny regular streets like this. So, and different forms and modes of transportation. Look at this building. Look, it's like a hotel. But these are the type of places I like coming. Massive cities. So I'm a city guy. I just love where action is happening. But I know this is nothing yet. Today is Friday. Maybe later at night, things are gonna get a little bit more busy. So. Oh, it's pouring rain. I think I'm gonna shelter in this ceiling for a bit to see if the rain calms down, then I'll continue my filming. This is a little challenge, me sharing with the cars, but I thought it's safer if I just make it to this regular street. Shelter, and probably gonna take a little shelter to see if the rain cools down a little bit, and then I'll continue out with my urban exploration. There's a tuk-tuk out there. So, despite me having an umbrella, the rain is very heavy, so I'm just sheltering here in my accommodation until the rain cools down a little bit. If it cools down a little bit, then I'll just head back and continue my exploration for today. You know, I'm not here to waste any time. I want to make the most off of this trip. So the rain slowed down a little bit, so I'm gonna make it to the main street. And the good thing about this main street is that they have a lot of massive malls. Some of the malls that they have here is Plaza Indonesia, Grand Indonesia. So I think those are like multi-level, big malls. And Jakarta's pretty much known for the huge malls. So I'm here in Sudirman, which is, I guess it's like the best of the best that Jakarta has to offer. And you're gonna start seeing a lot of developments and skyscrapers out here. But no matter what, the city keeps going. You know, a lot of people out here, traffic, you know, it's a city, no matter the weather, people are still hustling and grinding. You can see some of the modern futuristic skyscrapers going on. And it keeps going all the way to the other side, so I'll show you. Now let's start the journey. There's a couple of floods around here too, so the only thing I don't see really much people, maybe later at night, the city comes out to life, or maybe during the weekend. Today is Friday. There's also like a bus station over here on this side, so they're working very hard in the infrastructure, especially public transportation in Jakarta. You know, and I think they're trying to manage to relieve the traffic jam, so that's a pretty good point. Let me see if I can make it out here. It's part of the bus terminal right there. But I'm not sure there's a way I can pass through this side. Only one way to find it out. It seems like I'm blocked right here. I don't know, not sure. And I don't know how clear you can see me, but it seems like the sun wants to come right there behind me. So that's crazy. The drastic change of the weather, but that's a good thing at the same time. So let's walk forward and see if I can enter some of the malls to shelter up a little bit until the weather change. Now over here you can see the infrastructure. Not too much traffic now, but you can see they got a bike lane, designated area. And ahead of me I can see the MRT station. Not sure if it's the last or the first stop, either way. I'll give you a 360 view of what's going on over here. See? But ahead of me is a busy intersection. It's where they got the fountain. And in the nighttime, a lot of people, they come and they hang out here. And ahead, I can see it's a little bit sunny, no more rain. So hopefully that's it for now, you know. And over here, I don't know if they do like a night market. I see like some tents on the other side. And that's the entrance of one of the MRT stations right there. So I think they're also trying to expand it. And right here might be some high-end hotels and Plaza Indonesia. Then if you go on the other side is Grand Indonesia, so a couple of malls next to each other and some high-end hotels on the other side, like Mandarin Oriental. They also got a couple of Ritz-Carlton in Jakarta too. This is insanity that it's raining behind me and ahead of me is sunny. Then over here is one of the entrance to the MRT. To the MRT, I want to take this, but not today, but I'm gonna take it eventually and show you guys how the MRT and the LRT. What's up, man? How you doing? Then later I gotta figure how do I get to that top and get some pictures. It might be closed now because of the rain, but a lot of people that get on top and they get a good view of the fountain or the skyscrapers of Jakarta out here, you know. This is just a little portion of the city, man. City is super, super massive. This area is called the Plaza Lobbies. I think it's a hotel, and then on the other side is probably the mall, and they got a couple of neon lights right here. Even got security, which is actually really cool. And some of the entrance to the MRT. But this is the area where I say people can go on the top and get pictures and stuff. But I think they got another one ahead on the other side, so I'll figure how can I make my way towards that way. Yeah, I think this area over here is where it's gonna get actually busy. Okay, this over here, every time when I Google Jakarta, this is the area that pops up. Then behind me is the entrance to the MRT. So yeah, then they got the Grand Hyatt. So they got a couple of hotel units next to each other. I just gotta figure how do I get inside the mall. I think in order for me to go to the top, I could just cross the pedestrian area and figure how do I make it there. But I'll figure later. They got another one in the other side, and that might be even a better one. But yeah, let's keep walking ahead and see what can we find. The name of the station is Bundaran HI. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but yeah, it might be, you know, like I said, the MRT opened, I think a little over a year, maybe 2 years ago, and pretty modern, pretty futuristic. So, you know, the city has literally come up like a long way. Ahead of me is gonna be pretty interesting. And don't judge the map. Everything looks like it's near each other, but it's actually a little bit of a long walk out here. Yeah, I really wanna make it on top over here and get some shots, but I'm not sure if it's open. Maybe in the other one I can make it. And this is the main attraction, the fountain. It was on earlier when I was in the grab car. Now they turn it off. But this is where you get a lot of skyscrapers. But if you keep going through this highway, more and more central business district. But pretty nice to look at. And in the nighttime, I think it becomes eclectic. It could be a perfect spot for my thumbnail out here. This over here, as you see in the first one, is Plaza Indonesia, and then Grand Indonesia is over that way. I think if I go over this way, I can find my way inside. Want to take a look at some of these massive malls. You know, I'm a huge fan of the malls in Asia. I'll tell you, once you come to the malls in Asia, whether it's Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, or the Philippines, if you go back home to the States or Europe, you're not going to look at the malls the same anymore. You know, it just doesn't hit the same once you check out how massive the malls are out here. I also hear like the mosques doing the prayers, because this is actually the most Muslim country in the whole world. Indonesia, over 200 million people live out here. So, and it's a huge archipelago. I think over 17,000 islands, many languages spoken, but I think the main one is Bahasa out here. So yeah, there's so much to explore, and I gotta come back here and see what else is happening. Only thing you gotta be careful, because it gets flooded in some areas. They got a canal here. And the mall, looks like it's a high-end mall, but I think the main entrance to Grand Indonesia is in this side. I'm just following the people where they're going. So this is part of the mall. Seems like it's divided in two concourses. I was trying to film myself, but there was some kid beggars following me, so it was taking my concentration away. You know, I didn't want to focus the camera on them because I always respect. But this happens all over, no matter what. But other than that, you know, amazing country, amazing city so far. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I've only seen a little portion. So I think I'm gonna enter over this way and figure my way around and see what's going on. Well, yeah, Jakarta is really, I'm loving Jakarta. Now I am inside Grand Indonesia, so far it's pretty small, but like I said, they got tons and tons of malls out here, so I'm just checking out this one. Look at this side, multi-level stores, and this is just one portion. The mall is literally divided, so insanity. I'm just gonna make it to the other side and see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna head the street, because I'm loving the buildings and the skyscrapers. But wow, this store looks cool. Like some swag and stuff. So I guess if I want to dress nice, I could come out here to the malls in Indonesia. People dress nice here so far. So, and this is the other side of the mall. It looks pretty standard and normal over here, but wait until I point the camera up So you can see what I'm talking about. It's literally like 5 stories all the way up, so it's pretty cool. I like it so far. This is just one of hundreds of malls that I got in Jakarta, so I think I'm just gonna make it back outside and keep exploring the city center. Now, literally I said Grand Indonesia or Grand Indonesia, and I'm seeing some of the skyscrapers I used to see in Google, you know, when I was like younger and stuff. You know, I never imagined I would come to Jakarta, and here I am. Literally, you know, buildings all over. And then this is how massive the mall Grand Indonesia is. Like I tell you, Indonesia is literally known for its malls all over, and they're not small, they're literally gigantic, that you could easily get lost, you know, and spend the whole day exploring inside the mall. So, but I'm gonna keep up my urban exploration of Jakarta to see what it has to offer me. Yo, now that the rain has fallen, it's starting to get humid. But that's how it is here in the tropics. Earlier when I landed, the sensation was 101 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly like 39, 40 Celsius. But that's how it is when you travel around this region. Now I just gotta make my way back towards where I was walking and continue the exploration to see what else is happening out here. So again, another group of kid beggars came towards me, especially when they know you're a foreigner. But I think what saved them from following me is that they saw the microphone. Maybe they thought it was a camera that was being filmed or something, so they walk away, you know. But hey, you know, nothing against those people, because I know life can be pretty hard out here in many other countries. So, but yeah, you know, that's part of life, and that's part of the journey when you come and explore other angles. But let's continue the exploration around here in the highway to see what can we find. And so far I see the overpassage open. I see people up there taking pictures because the rain literally just stopped. It's getting humid now, so I think I'm gonna figure how do I make it over there, because I want to come back in the nighttime with my fiance, probably shoot like a little clip in the nighttime to show you what's going on out here. Gotta be careful because the sidewalk is slippery though, so. And I'm gonna keep walking towards that way. But yeah, let me just go over here and see how do I make it on top and capture some epic views over here. I think this is not too old that they developed, and it's being a hit. A lot of people come out here and they take like their Instagram pictures and everything, but yeah, this is pretty iconic. Here, see, I wanna go here. Literally looks like a ship. Like the Titanic, and then look, all the high-rise buildings of Jakarta, but it keeps going that way, so I'm probably gonna walk towards that way in a bit. To be honest, there's another one on the other side, but I think if you go up here, it's where you get the epic view. I think it's part of a bus terminal, a bus station, but then they build this all the way up. I'm not sure if I gotta pay anything to get on top, but I'm about to figure that out. So apparently to get on top over there, you gotta pay a little bit, like 3,500 rupiah, probably a few cents with the bus pass. That's how you get access up there, you know. So maybe in the nighttime I'll try to do that, maybe buy a little pass and figure if I could go all the way up there, you know, and get some views. But I know it's gonna be pretty epic, especially when you go on top, you'll see the high-rise buildings and some of the neon lights. See how nice the sidewalks is. And this is kind of giving me vibes like of East Asia, like Taiwan, because it got this wide sidewalk where people can literally ride their bikes. But then this is like a motorbike lane here. And then the skyscrapers that continue on the other side, they literally turn on the fountain again. So, and you can see the clouds over there, how nice it looks like. This is actually pretty dope and pretty epic. So far here, you know, pretty nice and pretty organized, the city. And pretty massive, so it'll take me literally like forever to explore this entire massive megapolis. I think I could be wrong, but I think this is part of Grand Indonesia. It takes literally like this entire block, so super massive, wow. Insanity, but now let me just keep walking towards the other side to see what can I find. Not too much crowds, you know, but I guess if you go into the regular streets, that's where all the action happens. And look at these buildings, how tall they are, wow. And more over that way, crazy, right? Look at these monstrous buildings. It's like the Twin Towers. So ahead of me, I see another central business district that's called Astra. And if I keep going a little bit deeper forward, it's Sudirman Central Business District. So it's like Central Business District after Central Business District. You can't even see the ending on top of me. So something is telling me that I might have to take the MRT back towards my accommodation. with all this walking I'm doing. But actually I don't mind, I love it. So I was showing you this tall buildings. I'm not sure if there's like a mall, because I see IMAX, which is like a theater. I'll show you. Over there, see? IMAX theater surrounded by these 2 tall buildings. And then this is part of Grand Indonesia. And a lot of foreigners around this district, so this is where they all stay, like the touristy area. But comparing to many other cities in Southeast Asia, it seems like a lot of people usually skip Jakarta. Not sure why, because it's pretty, underrated. A lot to do out here, and you can see like some real culture because of this fellow over here. Like, it's packing action. And I heard the food here is top notch, so maybe later at night I'll find some food. I don't think I'm gonna eat rice because I already ate like 2 pairs of rice in the airplane. But yeah, you can see the modern futuristic skyscrapers of Jakarta. But now let's walk forward to see what's going on. I think I see more malls ahead of me. Seems like this area might be even more interesting and more action going on right here. Also, traffic jam is approaching, so rush hour. And since we are in the southern hemisphere, I think the sunset literally sets down like around 6 o'clock, almost sharp, a little bit after 6 o'clock, so pretty dope. I'm gonna show you like the traffic jam that's happening ahead of me. So here you can see the motorbikes and everything, and I can see, this is where I came earlier when I was in the Grab. And now I literally, it's getting heavier throughout the day by passers-by, Seems like this area over here is popping. They got a couple of restaurants, American grills, so maybe in the nighttime it gets busy out here. And the skyscrapers all over there ahead of me. And then here's another entrance to an MRT. So this is already one stop from where I was walking. Oh, they got a couple of street food around here, but nothing crazy. Then this is one of the entrance. Tuku Atas BNI. So you can take the MRT and I think another line, bus line or something like that. And then you see more of the central business district ahead of me. And there's a decoration that catches my attention ahead of me. So I'm gonna get a close-up to see what it is about, what it looks like. But I'm loving the sidewalks, how nice and well paved they are. Pretty nice, like a super chill, cool city. So, a lot of people when they come to Indonesia, they come to the islands and Bali, but I think you should not skip Jakarta because you're missing out in the capital out here and a lot of action that's going on around here. So it's cool that they build an MRT and that stops near Central Business District. That way you don't have to walk it, because walking in this heat is literally no joke. Oh, I see like a little market over here. Maybe I could take a little look. Here you got a couple of food stalls. Nothing crazy, but pretty simple. Looks pretty nice. Maybe in the nighttime it comes out to life. It's like a bazaar that they have around here. That's good. I think one thing I gotta be careful in Indonesia is peanuts. I'm allergic to peanuts, and I heard they love to use a lot of peanuts out here. Look at this, it looks amazing. Fish or something, wow. They got like more food over here, so wow, this is delicious. And it's literally right by the entrance of the subway station. And here you got more markets happening out here. Oh, this is dope. The desserts, everything. Yeah, this is really cool, man. Then over here, I think they have like a little plaza, Central Business District. I've seen this like literally like in social media, so. And this is the decoration I was talking about. I don't know what that is, like a branch of a tree, but it looks actually, really dope and really cool at the same time. So yeah, it's pretty modern out here in this area. Jakarta literally has it all. Gonna walk towards the other side to see what can I find. Also, I noticed like another Grab share app that they have, Gojek. Not sure if I'm saying it right, but they announced it over here. I think over here there's some more interesting things happening. Then I think they got like a mural over here in this underpassage of the highway. But yeah, this is actually really dope. Cool, and then yeah, people walking. So over here is where you can see the action. I was like, where's the people? So see, now there's more things happening over here. So I think in the nighttime, this area comes out to life. So I might have to come back here in the nighttime. Look at the clouds out here, and look at this architecture. It's actually pretty beautiful. And then neon lights here in the entrance of the MRT. So they got a couple of train lines, the MRT, LRT, and I think KAI or KRL. So you just gotta know which one to take. And then this here looks pretty interesting. They even got this here, it looks like the Transformers. Look at this, how cool it is. And then look at the building, the old architecture. I like it so far. Yeah, I guess this is where some of the actions of Jakarta is happening right here behind me with a doll and everything. Looks really cool. But now I'm just gonna walk towards this street. It might be pedestrian. The only way to find out is by exploring, because Jakarta is magical. Like the streets and everything, you never know what you're gonna find. And over here, it looks pretty cool. I want to show you. Like this is kind of pedestrian out here. You know, you can see nice buildings, a couple of shops in the first level. I don't think I'm allowed to walk like in the sidewalk, but yeah, this is looking pretty cool out here. I like it. And then you can park your motorbikes out here. So yeah, so I guess this is where the action happens. But like I say, little by little getting familiar with the city. Just gotta know where do you go, where to go. So I made it back on top of here, Suriname. I'm not sure if I can walk straight towards the other side. Only one way to find out. But hey, yeah, I think I can walk towards the other side. I wanna make it towards the other business district, and maybe I'll just end it for now. You know, I just got here, so I don't wanna take it like, I don't want to go crazy in it. You know, I haven't literally slept in a day, but just my excitement of being here in Jakarta makes me not even think about being tired and just hustling out here and seeing what's going on right here. But it's cool what they do. They have a plaza here that connects you with the KRL station, the MRT line, you know. I think this is the LRT, I could be wrong. So they got a couple of train lines out here, and then you're back again in this highway. I think this highway literally connects you all the central business districts of Jakarta. So gonna walk forward to see what's going on. Not too many people walking. And from time to time I run across a couple of foreigners around. But yeah, it's just very cool. Oh, there goes the train. I think that's a commuter line. I might take that tomorrow when I go to Kota, because it will take me to a historic train station. So a lot of people that come here and they transfer to the LRT or the MRT. There it goes. So I think it's literally getting into rush hour, and then more and more skyscrapers over here, beautiful Jakarta. And there's one particular skyscraper that is different than your average standard building. I want to see if I can walk here and get a close-up of the building. That's like a pretty strange, unique design in the top. So let's see if I can make it towards the other side and show you guys. Now that I'm actually thinking, I don't need to do a long walk from my hotel to the commuter. I can just take the MRT towards this stop and transfer. Of course, I gotta pay it, but that way I don't gotta walk too far. Jesus, now here I'm a little bit lost. How do I get towards the other side of the central business district? But it got an overpassage ahead of me, so I'm probably gonna walk towards there and get some shots. So it's like I don't know where to go. They got buildings over here. They got more buildings over here, even the St. Regis, which is a high-end hotel. The thing about Jakarta, comparing to other cities like New York, that everything is all together. Here, it's like it's all spread out, the financial districts. You know, they got a business district here, then another one on the other side. But it's a good thing that they literally build a train line that can literally connect you to all this business district without you having to walk all the way this far. I'm not sure how clear you can see, but there's like a bridge that's being built. I'm not sure if it's a highway or a new train line expansion that's gonna connect towards this way, who knows where. But I was looking at the maps, like the train line maps here in Jakarta, and there's a lot of expansion happening. So in a few years, this city is gonna have like a really top-notch public transportation. Also, I like how they combine the greenery, you know, the trees and everything of the city. I'm just focusing on the modern side, and then tomorrow I'm gonna try to walk regular streets and show you like the older part of Jakarta. So yeah, gotta be careful here with the cars. I made it to the overpassage. Not gonna cross the whole thing. I just want to show you what it looks like from top of here. Get some street views. I think it's gonna be actually pretty epic. And then this over here connects you to the bus station, which is dope. I can see the LRT there, so it seems like they're gonna expand it. Here you see what I'm talking about. Got the bridge, but in order for me to get there, I gotta pay. And then here you can get some views of modern Jakarta. Here they're gonna build more. These two skyscrapers are gonna build over there. So little by little, you know, it's getting better. More and more and more. This might be why the city is supposedly sinking a little bit, but same thing they said about Manhattan in New York. But I really love how wide the sidewalks are and how they have it covered with trees. Gives it like a nice vibe. They also got a couple of embassies around here for this major highway. And over here, I think this is like a local bank. You know what? I haven't even found an ATM yet, so I need to take out some cash. I did manage to exchange some money at the airport. There's probably got to be some in the central business district or in the mall. So we're gonna figure that out. So right now it's 4:37, still over an hour of daytime. Like I said, it gets dark a little after 6 o'clock. But I'm gonna walk around here towards this other district. And I think I'm just gonna cut the video for now, because I feel like I've done a lot in the short time that I've been here. I still got a few more days in Jakarta and then gonna go to another area to support what else Indonesia has to offer me. So stay tuned for more, guys, if you guys want to see plenty of other videos of me filming out here in Jakarta. How nice the sidewalk is. Pretty dope, right? And so far, I gotta tell you, the people are very friendly out here, you know. I've been walking, a lot of them, despite the language barrier, smiles and everything, even the security guards, very friendly, especially if they know that you're a foreigner, you know. I think they really appreciate that. This city would be more epic if you had a drone and fly it on top, so you could capture the level of how massive the city is, and like the skyscrapers, man. Being over here in the underground, it really doesn't do any type of justice, man, of how massive the city is. Right here is what's gonna get pretty interesting, because you see some modern skyscrapers, and I'm all for it. You guys know I love skyscrapers. I'm a fan of architecture, whether it's old architecture, new architecture. For those who have been following me for a long time, I think over here we're gonna be in for a treat. And I'm still missing a couple of other central business districts that I wanna cover. So I think I'm gonna save that for the next couple of days. You see what's going on. A lot of buildings are covered like with glass. And then they got a little bit of a neon light and more skyscrapers in the other side. So like I say, it's like you don't know where to go, man. And there's no signal lights, so it's gonna be a challenge for me to cross this side over here. Or continue to the other side. I'm doing a little detour over here to see what's happening over this side. Because I see kind of like a little bit of some old buildings combined with the modern buildings. Here the guys whistling, and I would think it's for me, but they're directing the traffic. Just want to take a little peek over here. And then in the future days, I want to shortcut through regular streets, just like when I started this video. Because most of Jakarta has like little streets like that and hidden gems. And that might explain also why sometimes traffic can be a little bit intense. So here, this is what you get. This is like a plaza, I guess. A couple of condos, you know, and glass buildings, you know, looks pretty nice. So apparently, based on the map, there should be like a city walk or something out here. Not sure what I'm gonna find, but hey, let's walk around it. One thing I like over here is that, like I say, not only the friendliness, but people seem to be chill with me recording around. You know, in other places they can be a little bit more strict, especially when you're filming like in districts like this. But yeah, this is what you get, like a nice street like that. Oh yeah, I might walk around here. And then Mid-Plaza Jakarta. This is beautiful. Here, look at this. Despite the modern buildings, check out the old little houses that they have here in the corner with some street food stalls. I'm not sure if they used to be more and they tore down to build like these buildings. But it's kind of nice to see a little tiny bit of this contrast out here. And you can see the streets are literally well paved and the sidewalks. I think what I like more about here is like the sidewalks, how nice they are and how walkable it is. So yeah, it's actually a pretty walkable city. So it seems like they have like a little community out here. Yeah, this is nice. This is where the locals be hanging out. This is over here, it's called City Walk. I think it's like a mall, I'm not sure. But they got like a little mini mall over here that you can connect from one side to another one. One thing about the mall is like the entrance. It looks like if it's secluded or private. But I guess it is, that's how it is over here in Indonesia. And then they got more high-rise buildings ahead of me. So literally skyscrapers all over. So I tried to shortcut to one of the regular streets, but I couldn't find my way to the other side. So I'm just gonna turn back and walk around this side and show you the main buildings. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll just take the MRT back towards near my accommodation. Maybe when I take it to the last stop, I can exit on top to the sky deck, I think it's called, and capture the last view. And then I'll figure out what I'm gonna eat later, and then for the next upcoming day, what am I gonna do? So yeah, I'm loving this sidewalk. Not sure if it's divided for the bike and the pedestrian lane, but it's looking pretty awesome. I think this will be a hotel to my right. And then on the other side, there are some high-rise buildings. So let me see if I walk forward to show you guys what's going on. And over here, a couple of nice buildings, a couple of banks. Maybe they have an ATM in some of those buildings out there. And an overpassage. So you see what's going on. But I think I'm just gonna turn back and head towards the MRT and figure how to use it, how does it work out here. Very excited, I'm a huge fan of taking trains throughout different cities that I've gone, and here the MRT is new, so I'm very excited to see what it looks like. And over here is MRT, I can't pronounce it correctly, but Setiabudi Astana station, so I think 2 or 3 stops should be my destination, so let's figure it out. Here we are going deep underground. Oh, it's actually pretty deep. So I'm in the MRT, I got a tapping card. Didn't film the moment, but one of the workers was very helpful, man. He explained me how to do it. So I guess this is like the Metro card of Jakarta version, but now the Metro card doesn't exist. What they have is the Omni card, so gotta figure where do I go. This is where I gotta go, Bundaran HI, and this is like the MRT station, and wow, they got a couple of lines over here, so very cool. So this is where I'm at, and I wanna go all the way here. Wow, look how modern and futuristic this station is. Nice. Very clean and impeccable. I love it. The weather station, the MRT here opened not much ago, so they did very huge improvement for this. So far I'm liking it, and the service here is pretty good. Let's see how the train is. So here the train comes. Oh wow, pretty nice though. A lot of people, but not too packed. It reminds me of the train in Taipei, Taiwan. Even in Kuala Lumpur too, so yeah, this is very nice. Very nice. I'm just gonna go in the inside. That was a quick, easy ride, you can see the MRT, last stop or first stop, but pretty efficient out here. So now that I got this card, I'm gonna attempt to go to the sky deck. I think that can be used like a credit debit card too, like you just add money in it and you tap. So that's pretty convenient. I don't think it's just only the train, you could take it for the bus or anything out here. So now I'm gonna use it to tap to go to the sky deck to see if I can get some views up here. Here, look how busy it is. Traffic jam, the motorbikes. Busy Jakarta. And the people, 360 view over here, so. I'm vlogging you now.
Is that Osmo Pocket?
Yeah, this is the Pocket. That's the Action?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that. It's good?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, okay, this one's good too, but that one is cool.
So what's this for? Is this YouTube?
It's for YouTube.
Oh, hi YouTube.
Hey, YouTube. What's your name?
I'm Fadil.
You're from Indonesia?
From here, yes.
Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico, but it's my first time in Indonesia. Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Brazil?
No, Puerto Rico near Cuba. It's an American territory. Small island.
American.
Yeah, American.
What are you doing here?
Visiting and exploring Jakarta.
Exploring Jakarta, huh?
Beautiful city, beautiful people.
City,
yeah, I love it out here. So this is the sky deck up here, and I think it's gonna be an epic view, and they got some restaurants here where you can have coffee and everything. This is like a major tourist attraction up here. Okay, what is this? Do you gotta like pay to get in this angle, or? Seems like it, I'm not sure. You see a little bit. I think they got the security that controls out here, so nice. So I'm out here, the market I was spotted earlier, now it's open, and a couple of spots, I'm not sure what time they close, but it seems like in the nighttime is when Fiend comes out to light. So I spotted a spot over here. I want to try the fish with rice, so sitting out here in the spot and away from the music, so waiting for the food. It's very interesting, with the community, when you have a little bit of a language barrier and you try to communicate, but they just smile and they're very friendly, so yeah, that's very good. So gonna try the food and see how much is the bill, and yeah, waiting for the food patiently, so let's see. So to warm up or to start, I'm starting out with a mango shake. Can't go wrong with a mango shake, especially here in Southeast Asia, so let's try. Of course, pretty good, but I'm excited for the food. So I got my plate of food here. It's mostly like deep fried food, fish. I think this is fried tofu. I'm not sure what this is that they put on top of the rice. It's crispy. Maybe I'll start with this. It's good. It's like it's part of the chip, part of the fish, so. Also, they put me like a fried tofu, so I'm gonna try a little bit of it right here. Can't go wrong with tofu. Just a little bit. Pretty good. And of course, they put vegetables, so you know, here in Southeast Asia, they like eating a lot of greens. Really pretty good. And then fish deep fried. So I'm gonna deep fried. So I'm gonna taste it out. Gotta be careful with the spines and the bones, but let's see. Wow. Tastes literally like fish chips. Very good. That's good. Then over here we got some extra vegetables. Let's see how clear you can see it. Oop. Let me just put the camera here to show you. Here's vegetables, so I'm gonna try a little bit of it. I'm gonna try from here, the veggies. Let's see. Fresh vegetables. I think it has chicken, carrots and stuff, so. Oh wow. Pretty good. Simple food, so I'm gonna finish this up and I'll catch you guys with the final price to see how much all this food costs. I ordered 2 meals, you know, the same plate, this one, the vegetable, then the teh-tarik and my mango, so let's see how much it costs in total. So the bill of all that food that I ate, keep in mind that's fish, and fish usually costs a little more, was 120,000 rupiah. Loud noise. 120,000 rupiah, which is roughly like a little over $7. So, damn, meal for 2 people plus vegetables and those drinks, it's only $7. That's very cheap, man. And it was good, and they make it fresh. So, yeah, pretty good food so far. It's a very good start. A very good start here in Indonesia. Now I'm just showcasing you what it looks like in the nighttime. Gonna go to the same area where they got the sky deck and show you like the main area of Jakarta in the nighttime. It's pretty different. So far the mall is looking pretty nice at nighttime. Wow, the fountain is literally lit up. So I gotta get a close up and show you guys. So here you see how busy it gets in the nighttime. And it's gonna be nice where you see the fountain. And also, like I say, on Sundays, I forgot, I think it's from 6 to 10 in the morning, I could be wrong, but they do a car-free day. They close the whole road and people can literally walk in the streets out there, so that would be good. But yeah, the vibes literally change in the nighttime. See how the lights transform in nighttime, the lights and everything of the fountain. It's pretty beautiful. Basically over here, this is Plaza Indonesia with the Hyatt Hotel and street performers out there. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.